No clock. Okay, go red. Good afternoon, everyone. It is that time again this week. I'm Sam Arce, also known as Broadway Sam, and you are here at ATI's lunch break, and I am so happy to be here because we are all Titanic this week, and I have a very special guest, Isabella Andrews. Welcome, Isabella.
Thank you.
She is one of our stars, one of our actresses in Titanic, which is going to be this Friday and Saturday, which we're going to talk about. And she is playing Catherine or Kate Mullins, and she's going to tell you all about her character. But welcome to our podcast.
Thank
welcome.
you.
So, have you been to Indiana much, or is this your first time? Really?
It's not my first time, but it's certainly my first time in Carmel.
Right.
I've been to Indianapolis a couple times, but yeah, I've never been to Carmel before. But it's such a cute little town. It's just darling.
Where are you staying?
I'm staying with Renee Selvio and Jim Selvio over on Morales Drive.
Well, first off, thank you. Thank you to, we could not do this without our patrons who are putting up our actors. So for everyone, so thank you to them. And have you gotten to eat any special places?
Yeah, Divvy's great. The Cake Bake Shop.
I was going to ask you.
I had so many friends telling me to go.
My friend when Gwendolyn Rogers opened that place up, she actually opened it up originally in Broad Ripple, but quick story. So I know Gwendolyn, we go way back. She, before she bought her home, she actually rented a house from me, and she developed, from one of my clients, developed that first cake in that house, and then she opened up that cake bake shop, then this one, and of course now she's in Disney.
Oh, that's great.
That place, yes, and that is an iconic place. So I tell everyone, you cannot leave Carmel without going to the cake bake shop.
No, I went there on my first day here.
Good. I love hearing that because I've talked to some of the other actors. They hadn't been there yet. I was like, you've got to go.
Yep.
And they did. And so it's a lot. What cake did you have?
What cake did we have? I went with a group of people to get the cakes, and we got the lemon blueberry cake, and then we got the Millionaire.
That's mine. I was going to say that's my favorite. Millionaire cake.
It was fantastic.
It's a special place. So,
yes.
So did you pick up cake and take it? Or
no, we
didn't.
didn't. There were 7 of us, and so we just split 2 cakes between the 7 of us. And
did you eat there?
Yeah, we ate there. Yeah, it was great.
Well, and the food's great.
Yes, the food was lovely.
And so Carmel, have you been on the Monon and walked?
We walked around Midtown, which is super cute. My dad's coming to see the show on Saturday, so we're gonna. My lovely host Renee was kind enough to get us a reservation at Savor.
Oh,
which I'm very excited.
Really nice. So you're from Chicago, born and raised.
Yep.
And so this was a treat for you. Were you born in the suburbs or?
Yeah, I grew up in Northbrook, which is
very nice.
Yeah, the north suburbs of Chicago.
Okay. And you grew up in Chicago, and you went to Wright.
Wright State, yep.
Wright State, and that's in
Dayton, Ohio.
Okay, so you got your BFA from there?
Yep.
So that's a Bachelor of Fine Arts. So you did that in musical theater, is that primarily?
Yeah.
And what got you interested in theater? What was your start?
My start was my mother. My mother's an actor in Chicago.
Okay.
She has been for the past 40 plus years.
Tell me about your mom.
Her name's Mary Ernster. She is a lovely, lovely woman. She went to Northwestern for graduate school, and then she started working kind of straight out of the gate from there. She's won 2 Jeff Awards in Chicago. She's worked at all the big theaters in Chicago, and back in 2017, she did a show called War Paint at the Goodman Theater, which then transferred to Broadway.
That's right, War Paint, right.
With Patti LuPone.
With Patti
LuPone.
Yes. Patti LuPone.
Yes.
yes.
So she's been working for.
So she
years.
was on Broadway.
Yes, she was.
Yes. That was a very interesting show.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So how long did you go? Did you stay with her when she was there?
Yeah, I stayed with her several times. I was still in college at the time, so every time I went out there, she was lucky enough to stay with a dear friend of hers over on 96th Street. It was a gorgeous location.
Oh, very nice location.
So she was out there for a year working on the show, and so my dad and I would go visit her all the time. And I think I saw like upwards of 20 Broadway shows while I was visiting.
Did you go to the opening night?
Yes, I did.
So you met Miss LuPone.
I did. She's like this tall compared to me. She's very short.
Yes,
but you can't tell because her energy is about the size of a giant.
Her energy is this tall. Yeah. She's a lot of fun.
She's wonderful, and so is Christine. All of them are just lovely, lovely people.
That was a very, very interesting show, and What part did your mother play in that?
She played Mrs. Trowbridge Phelps, who's one of the society ladies. She also understudied Elizabeth Arden. She didn't get to go on, but yeah, she was just in the ensemble.
That was an incredible experience. So did that also solidify you when your mom, because that was your mom's Broadway debut.
Yeah.
What was that like for you watching your mom do that, and then you were in school for your Bachelor of Fine Arts?
It was wild. It was very
surreal.
It was very surreal because it was just the prime example of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger and how you keep fighting the good fight. She didn't make her Broadway debut until she was 60, so I was just really, really proud, and to be in a show that started in Chicago,
right?
That then Chicago. The Goodman and Steppenwolf and all these theaters, they launched so many good Broadway shows.
A lot of people don't realize that when they see, most people think, they see a show come to Broadway and they think, well, that's where it started. Never.
No.
So as you know, I'm involved in theater and we're workshopping. It starts with workshopping a show, readings and things, and it takes years. Many people think, Lin-Manuel Miranda pulled Hamilton, right out and boom, except for they saw him do it at the White House where he kind of wrapped it out. Mm-hmm. It started in around 2007. By the time it actually got to Broadway, 2015, 16, it was a while. And now we're talking 10 years later, because 2015 when it debuted, and now it's 10 years later. Yeah. I'm workshopping shows that I'm doing, and it's years in the making. But a lot of shows start out in places like Chicago because that's its out-of-town run, its out-of-town tryout. And that's where the work really goes. And so actors have an opportunity to do that. So first off, congratulations to your mom and the role model and inspiration she is. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a successful actor. Because, when what we think is success, you don't measure success by awards and money. You measure success in theater by work and a body of work. The fact that she was able to raise you, like you and your dad, by work, a body of work for all these years. So your mom's how old?
She is 6. I think she's 69.
Okay, so
70
still young, very young. She couldn't be working.
Yeah.
And she's been working for all these years. So you said she started.
She started in her mid-20s.
Right, and probably like you, very young, kind of got bit by the bug.
Yeah, and she wasn't even a musical theater major when she started. She got her undergrad at the University of Northern Colorado as a classical voice major. She's going to be an opera singer, but then
she morphed into it. So, and that's the thing, and so that she was working in Chicago to constantly be working. That's success to me. It's this, it's so here to be working, and then it's this when someone becomes this, household name, megastar, or whatever, but to me, that's success. Mm-hmm. And that's what you really strive for. Because if you love what you're doing, then it's not work. Yeah. It's your passion, but then you're getting paid for it. So it's it's the real definition of job satisfaction is, doing something you love, be willing to do it for nothing, and that's kind of what theater is at times, and then doing it so well that people are willing to pay you for it. Right. And then she did it. So great. So you went, and now I imagine when you're back at Wright, people know your mom is in that. You were probably like the talk,
Yeah, I was, but it was also very easy to see who my real friends were and who the fair weather friends were.
Yes.
So, but
what was that like? Tell me about that.
Well, it was just interesting, being the center of attention in a way from all the young people coming up, being like, so like, can your mom like get you roles on Broadway and stuff? And I was like, no. You silly goose. Why do you think that? That's not how it works.
It doesn't.
Yeah, nepotism has always been alive and well and living in the theater, but not to that extent.
No, not to that extent. No, maybe your mom might know somebody that may know somebody that may say, sure, but you're going to have to, first off, you have to have talent. Yes. Your mom could be the best of the best at everything, but if you have no talent, it's not going to matter.
Exactly.
So obviously you had enough.
And also my mom was the kind of person, because I'm an only child, and growing up, I knew I wanted to be an actor as soon as I was 4 years old, seeing her play Mrs. Anna in The King and I. So when I told her I wanted to be an actor and I want to be like, I want to be in all the professional shows, I want to like work as a young actor, and she goes, no.
Yes.
You are not doing that until you get a proper education.
Good.
Because
That's
it's not necessarily the thing that delights a parent's heart when they hear my kid wants to be an actor.
What does your dad do?
My dad is a retired air traffic controller.
Wow. Okay.
So
you had a good, solid job.
Yeah.
Good benefits. Everybody.
Yeah.
There's always food on the table.
Always. Yeah.
And that allowed mom to do certain things.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but she had a very realistic approach to, you need to get an education, you need to learn the tricks of the trade, you can't just be like shot out of the mouth of a cannon, and especially being a child actor and all the horror stories you hear about being a child
interesting, so many kids that are in this have drama moms.
Yeah.
And the difference was you had an actress mom. So it wasn't drama mom like, oh, my kid, she's working.
Yeah.
So it was probably a little bit harder for you than some of the other kids that had the drama moms.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Because she was a realist. She knew.
Yes. Yeah, but I think it worked out completely for the best because I learned how to build a good work ethic, and I took that with me into school.
So when you went to school, did you start, as a young kid, did you start doing some of the traditional things? Did you take dance lessons?
Dance lessons. Fortunately, I have played piano since I was 6.
Smart.
So, and then I started playing flute when I was 10.
So you took piano at 6. My daughter did the same thing, and she's a doctor. You cannot go wrong having a young person take piano. Do you still play?
Yes.
And do you enjoy it?
I love it. I love it. And I've.
Do you play sometimes just for enjoyment?
Oh, absolutely.
And you must be fun at parties because
yeah. Although it was funny, I didn't really let people know that I played piano and could, because I have a very, very good ear and very good with music theory and stuff. So if you put music in front of me, as long as I can play anything.
So if you pull up something, you can do it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you.
Thank you, please.
I'm not going to ask you.
But I didn't.
Though I am tempted.
Yes. I didn't do that. I didn't tell people that I could do that until around the second semester, junior year of college, because I knew that if I did, people would start kind of exploiting me for like, hey, can you play for my self-tape?
Absolutely.
Can you play for my audition?
No, right.
And so then
that is a gift.
Then I started doing it senior year, and then people were kind enough to properly compensate me.
Which is the right thing. Yeah. Absolutely.
But then once once my professors saw that I could do that, they took one look at me and they went, have you considered playing Carole King in Beautiful?
Yeah.
And I went, of course I have. That's the whole point.
The hair, the look, and
That's
everything.
the whole point of this. So it took another 5 years after I graduated, and then I got to play Carole King down in Florida.
Were you working? You see, that was a role that you wanted to pursue. Did you see it on Broadway?
Yes, I did. I know Jessie Mueller.
Okay.
Because she's from Chicago.
Yeah, Jessie is incredible. Saw her on Waitress, saw her on Broadway, then I saw Shalina, and then someone else who I'm working with on Super You, Kennedy Coughlin, who is amazing. So many people that have done that. It's an incredible role to do.
Yeah.
And if you get your eyes on it and you have the talent, number one, to sing the songs, but if you can play the piano and you're not faking it, because that's not an easy thing to do.
No, I played live the entire show.
Wow. That's an incredible
three different pianos that they
I
worked with
I
the
know
cables and everything,
that's
it
incredible.
was wild.
So you had fun. How long did you play that role?
It was only for about a month and a half.
And what theater was that?
I was at the Broadway Palm down in Fort Myers, Florida.
They must have loved you.
Yeah, they did. It was wonderful.
So you had a good time doing that.
Yes, I had a lovely time.
Another show you did that I absolutely love was Avenue Q.
Yes.
So tell me where that was.
That was at a company called William Street Repertory, which is in Crystal Lake, Illinois.
Okay.
They don't do a lot of shows, to be honest, and they got hit really hard by COVID, and it took them, they were one of the theaters that took the longest to come back.
Yeah.
But they have this gorgeous space in Crystal Lake called the Rao Center for the Arts. It's a really pretty space. And so, yeah, I got to play Kate Monster in Avenue Q, which I had no puppetry experience.
I was going to say,
that.
so a little backstory on Avenue Q. So Avenue Q was a musical, well, it is a musical, that when it debuted on Broadway, came on at the same time that Wicked was on. And those were the big shows. It was Big Wicked Stephen Schwartz, great show, Idina Menzel, Kristen Chenoweth, and I absolutely loved it. But I got to see Avenue Q, and this was the time where you basically saw this show. It was very endearing because you had the actors, and many of them I know now years later, especially like Anne and
oh, yeah.
you know, and the actors, and John, who was in Sesame Street later on, but they're actually have to have puppetry skills, and I don't even want to say they're like the naughty Muppets, but it's kind of. And the songs are incredible. Yeah. So it's Lopez.
Robert Lopez
and his wife.
I don't think his wife worked
No,
on it.
that's right. She didn't.
It was Robert Lopez and Jeff Max.
Right.
Or Jeff Marks.
They wrote these songs, and once you start listening to the music, you would literally, you get in your head, and you're going outside, you're singing the songs. Mm-hmm. But literally, the actors are controlling the puppets, but you see the actors. So they're not playing underneath as in like you would see the Muppets on TV.
Yeah, or Sesame Street.
So it's so endearing. You're focused on the puppetry, but the actors, and you're just literally going on, and that so much of the character comes through, and
you forget that the actors are there.
That's
We're
right.
wearing all black, and you can see us there, but it's so much easier to just watch the puppet move around.
It is just incredible. Well, fast forward, Tony time, everybody was like, "Oh, Wicked's going to win. This is going to be the show," because it was, and you know, and actually, Avenue Q won the Tony Award for Best Musical.
It was such an upset.
Yeah, it was a big upset. Now, it did well financially. I'm not going to tell you, but you know, for those that invested in Wicked, I mean, you know, billions of dollars later, you know, it's different. But the show was so endearing. So you got this show.
Yeah.
You played Kate Monster, which would be the female lead in the show. Mm-hmm. How much training did you have to do in the puppetry?
We had a lovely guy, I believe his name is Jeffrey. He came in and he worked off Broadway with Avenue Q, and he came in for 2 days and did basically just a puppet boot camp with us. So, because not a lot of us had training with puppets.
It's not the stuff you do in the BFA program.
No, some of us had experience, but not a lot of us.
Because there was never a show like this.
No. So, and there are many different kinds of puppets that you use. Like some of them, like Kate Monster and Princeton and a couple others, are what we call single rod puppets. Right. So you have one little rod connected to one of their arms, and then your other arm is through their mouth, making them talk. But some of them have double rods.
Yes.
So you have to speak with them by this hand, but use one hand to move both of their arms. I'm so glad I didn't have to do that, because it just looked like a giant pain in the butt.
Yeah, they were actors. They did less of the singing and stuff that you had to do, but they were doing more. They were, I think, more professional puppet, you know, but they were not as much singers and stuff like you guys.
And then there's some puppets, like Nikki or Trekkie Monster, that require two people.
Yes, they did.
One in like the mouth, and then one in the an actual arm to move the arm around.
That was incredible.
So my best friend, who at the time was my boyfriend, he played Nikki and Trekkie, so he got experience like working with all hand.
Who played Gary Coleman though?
Their name is Sierra White. They're fantastic. Yeah.
Was it a female, or a male?
She, they pronouns.
It was a she, they.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, Sierra's fantastic.
Because I love that role.
Yeah, they do a lot of cabaret performances downtown. They were just fantastic.
Yeah,
and they've worked at William Street before.
So you did that. You did Anastasia.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Great show. Was on Broadway for a long time.
With my mother.
With your mother.
Yes.
See, now that is a grand show. My friend Christy Altamere was in that. So what did your mother play in that?
She played the Dowager Empress.
Oh.
And she still is playing the Dowager Empress because it's at Main State right now.
Gotcha.
So the Fulton and Main State Music Theater both are owned by a married couple. And they sometimes do shared productions between the Fulton and Main State. So
was that the first production that you and your mother did together?
Yes.
That must have been so nice.
It was so special.
What was your dad like? Well, he must have been.
Oh, he cried.
Was he two fisting he must have tissues in both hands.
Yes.
Is he a big softie?
Yes. very much. She cries during Defying Gravity every
Oh,
time.
well,
he sees
of
my
course,
kid. Every time.
Now, is that a show you'd like to do?
Yeah, I would.
What part would you like to play?
Glinda, because I'm a soprano by nature.
So you are a soprano.
Yes. Yeah. Even though I sing alto for Titanic,
do you ever sometimes belt out the alphabet just
of course, in the car. You can't not do it.
Right. But you are more of
yes,
the other part.
I'm more of a Glinda.
What are some of your other dream roles you'd love to do?
The top one right now, because I'm a piano player, is Girl in Once.
That's a great show.
I love Once.
You know, there's a show right now on in the West End called Benjamin Button that I went and saw, and I've got some new friends there. I was there for when we were doing Super U at the Curve, and so when I'm in London, I'm always seeing shows. And in fact, that won Best Musical, and all the actors play the instruments, and I was like, this is Once. It was like Once meets Come From Away.
That's great.
And I said, I think that's going to be that kind of show.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Yeah, Once is a dream show of mine. Come From Away is the other one.
Yeah, the other one.
Because I will go to my grave saying that Come From Away should have won the Tony Award for Best Musical in 2017.
Well, keep your eye out. You never know. That might be something we may do someday. You never know.
Wouldn't that be a great thing?
It would
considering that everybody's doing it now.
It would
as soon as the rights get released, everybody goes nuts.
Nuts for that one. So tell me about your role. Let's talk Titanic. First off, let's bring up, so Titanic is coming this Friday, June 20th and 21st at the Palladium at Allied Solutions. So, first plug, if you want to get get tickets.
When you want to get tickets.
Get tickets today. This is a call to action, atistage.org or 317-843-3800. You do not want to miss this show. I'm going to tell you why. First off, these actors, how many are in the cast? First, the cast.
I believe there's, wait, I want to get this number right. There's, I believe, 24 of us.
That's just the actors. And
yes,
we have put together, first off, Judy Fitzgerald, our artistic director, and our associate artistic director, Darren Morell, have put together an amazing cast. So we have people like Isabella, our director, Michael, who I had on last week, Michael Blatt, who's directing this amazing show. To let you know a little bit about Titanic. Titanic was on Broadway, won 5 Tony Awards, okay? This was done before the movie. Yes. So if you're thinking you're coming to see Leonardo and that whole thing with the well, by the way, I just sent this to some people. They found the necklace or a necklace.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you heard about that.
I heard about this.
Yeah. Okay. But as I go back on track, so this is before. So I want you to understand, you are going to see an absolutely magnificent show. As I always say, we're Broadway in your backyard, but there's more. So we're going to have the Carmel Symphony behind you.
Yes, we are.
And I've been seeing, I always get they share with me your rehearsal videos and everything, and it's incredible listening to that orchestra. So for someone that plays piano, I'm sure you're even amazed.
Oh, I love it.
And who's leading the orchestra? Ginger. Ginger, who's amazing.
She's a sensational music director.
She is absolutely, and she does a lot of our shows. So I'm absolutely in awe of Ginger. And then behind this incredible cast with this orchestra, we have 60.
A 60-person chorale.
That's right, for the Indie Chorale. So not even on Broadway, which the cast was bigger.
Much bigger.
Much bigger, but you didn't have 60.
No.
Let me put it this way. That show, even though it won 5 Tonys, wouldn't have been able to afford this. Would have 60 Indie Chorale members singing in this beautiful theater. It's I think it's as good, if not better, than Carnegie Hall. This gorgeous, beautiful, absolutely perfect sounding place. What is it like to sing in it?
Oh, it's gorgeous. When I first set foot on that stage, I literally thought I was in Lincoln Center. That's exactly how it looks.
Yeah, it looks like Lincoln Center.
Yes.
Sounds as good, if not better, than Carnegie Hall, because the sound is perfect.
Oh, it's universal. It's all around
all
you.
around you. So when they say Dolby surround sound or whatever, like being in a theater, that's what it's like, but it's perfect. And you are going to have a theater experience like you've not had. So that's just about Titanic. Now tell me about your character and a little bit about your show and your experience.
Yeah. So I actually play two characters because
Two.
the version of Titanic that we are doing is called the ensemble version,
Right.
which was done first a couple of years ago on the West End.
Right.
And if you have Broadway HD, you can go watch it. There's a video of it.
So the West End, London.
Yes. So instead of having, 40 people in the cast, they cut it in half. So the characters are playing, I play a character in third class, and I also play a character in first class.
Oh, look at you, little miss.
All of us do.
You elevate from third to first?
I know.
So do you, and Michael let me know this. You're on stage, strategically placed costume changes and things are happening
Yes.
on stage, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah.
So tell me how that's working.
Yeah, we all have a base costume that we use, and then
Is that your third class costume, or?
It looks third class, to be honest with you. But to differentiate between our first and third class passengers, we have a sweater or like a really pretty robe that we're using, a different wig.
Yeah. So you have a third class wig.
Yeah, and first class wig.
What's the difference?
The third class wig looks a lot like my actual hair. It's straight,
Right.
and it's the same color. The
Right.
first class wig is an updo.
Yeah, because they wouldn't have been
With
made up.
curls.
They wouldn't be made up like that. They wouldn't
No.
be able to afford that.
Exactly. So my third class character, her name is Kate Mullins. There's a funny little bit that in the third class there are three Irish girls, all named Kate. They're all traveling to America to find a better life for themselves. So I'm one of them, Kate Mullins, who I like to believe is from Donegal or the Derry area. That's the thing I'm basing my accent on. And she wants to be a sewing girl in America where she can sew until she's old. And then my first class passenger, her name is Madeline Astor. She is the wife of John Jacob Astor, who is the richest man in the world.
On that ship.
Certainly on that ship. And she is only 19, and they've been married 7 months, and she's already 7 months pregnant. And so they're on the ship to avoid the publicity of their torrid, scandalous affair, and their like shotgun marriage.
Right.
And she ends up surviving. And it's debated whether or not the Kates survive. I think they do. One of them definitely does, but
One of the Kates. You're hoping it's your Kate.
Yeah. Well, one of the Kates I know survives, and it's not me. But they aren't exactly clear about which Kate survives. But I like to believe that all three of them survive, because it's just a happier ending.
Yes.
But yeah, all of the characters in the show, unlike the movie, are based on actual people that were on the ship. So you've got characters from the movie like Captain Smith and Mr. Ismay and Mr. Andrews, the captain, the builder, and the owner of the ship. But there's no Jack, there's no Rose.
Right, and there's no diamond necklace.
No, there's no Heart of the Ocean.
Right.
There isn't even a Molly Brown, which I was surprised
Right,
by.
I asked him that.
I know.
Because I thought there was.
Yeah.
And because the whole thing, the unsinkable Molly Brown.
Exactly.
And there was a movie and a song, the unsinkable
and a musical
and
too.
a musical,
So
the
that's-
unsinkable Molly Brown.
Yeah, I was talking to one of my castmates about it, and I was like, yeah, it seems kind of weird that Unsinkable Molly Brown isn't in the factual musical about Titanic. And my castmate joked, they were like, oh, she has her own musical. She doesn't need to be in another one.
Right. Yeah,
Which I think is funny.
but was she on the ship or she wasn't on the ship?
I believe she was, but...
Okay, but they just didn't put her in.
They just didn't put her in because I think they were focusing on the other characters that don't
Gotcha.
get enough limelight.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay. Yeah, because she did survive.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, and she went on to big and great things.
Yeah.
But there was enough to focus in on this on the ship.
Yeah.
So, and then they've built a set.
Mm-hmm.
So, they built a set. There's going to be some moving parts here.
Mm-hmm.
This is a big musical, and hence why. So at ATI, you typically see us in the studio theater, which we love our black box theater. It's very intimate, and we just finished our last show, 9 to 5. We did Who Done It. We're going to talk about next season and all the great things we're going to do there. But this show, we could not do it justice.
No.
In there. there's just
it has to be big. It has to be on a big,
you know,
big
we're
scale.
going bigger. We're
Yeah,
going
it's gotta
bigger.
be bigger.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did it there, and so you're getting an opportunity to see it. Some people have asked me, why are you doing it 2 days? Well, it's bigger, but we're also in a bigger theater, which is giving more opportunities. What we would do in 3 weeks at the smaller, we're able to do in 2 days. So that's why it's a limited opportunity. It's Broadway in your backyard. And you're meeting some new friends,
Oh,
right?
absolutely,
Some
yeah.
new actor friends. Do you
Yeah.
find that in every show you do, there's just another new friend? And,
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I'm
and-
one of those people that, like, on the first day, I already have people that I'm going to lunch with and people that I'm in a group chat with, and we did that almost immediately. So
That's great. I like hearing that.
Yeah.
Because to me, they're your sisters and brothers in the theater, and it's important. And you know, as they say, there are no small parts, only small actors. No matter what your part is,
Yeah.
you sound like you make it your best. And your mom probably taught you that because she's had all kinds of roles, and that's so important. No matter what your part is.
100%.
We're doing a show. We're going to talk about our shows next year, but we're doing Lucky Stiff, the musical. I'm the Stiff.
Oh,
so
really?
yes.
Yay.
So I'm going to have fun playing a dead person.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But you know what? I'm going to be the best dead person there is.
Absolutely.
And
Channel your inner dead outlaw.
That's right. I will. Yes, that or Weekend at Bernie's.
Weekend at Bernie's, yeah.
You know, put the smile on, and we're going to have fun. So you've had this opportunity. You're working. Is this one of the biggest theaters that you've worked in?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Very much so. Yeah.
It's a great experience
Oh, yeah.
that you're going to do. What's next for you?
Family weddings and hanging out. I don't have anything on the docket yet for
Gotcha.
theater,
But you will.
theater-wise. I will. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But right now it's about spending time with family and.
Is your mom going to be able to get here, or
No.
she's because she's working?
Yep. Anastasia closes the exact same day that we do, but it's okay. My dad is coming to see it.
Is he going to sneak a little video?
I can neither confirm or deny that he was going
no
to
problem.
do that.
We will leave it at that. Yes.
But he's very excited. I believe he saw Titanic on Broadway with my mom because a really cool thing, personal thing about this show is that my mom's dear friend who happened to be the music director of Anastasia.
Yeah.
His name is Kevin Stites. He was the original music director and conductor of Titanic on Broadway.
I saw it.
He gave me the biggest hug when I told him that I was going to be doing this show.
Wow.
He's a very close friend of the family. My mom is the godmother of his daughter. So he played piano at my parents' wedding. So
Isn't
it's a
that
very
something?
interesting full circle moment to be doing this show that is so close to his heart and kind of made him a household name around the Broadway community.
Who knows? Maybe you'll get a special shout out. He'll send you a little video
Yeah.
on opening night, you know, telling you to break a leg, happy opening. And as I said, you know, as I'm educating our audience, I always say we never say good luck. We always say
Break a leg.
or happy opening. I like this happy
that's a
opening.
good one.
Yeah, happy opening and break a leg. Do you know why we say break a leg?
I thought I knew, but
Okay.
enlighten me.
All right. So, yes, I was telling Michael. So, I was in London, and when I actually really learned the meaning behind it, because a lot, you know, I've been saying it, you know, I've been involved with theater most of my life. You know, like you, as a kid, I got bit by the bug, and I was doing it, you know, junior high school, I did it after in college. I did I did a show at Lincoln Center, did Damn Yankees, I did dinner theater, but then I realized, you know, I wanted a life, and, you know, and I'm in real estate. I'm with Tucker. In fact, Friday, Father's Day, I celebrated my 40th year in real estate.
Oh.
But I'm also involved, you know, in investing and producing on Broadway and the West End. And so I love this. And being part of ATI is my give back. That's why I'm on the board. But what I learned was, and this is a perfect chair for it, that when people would go to see shows, if they really liked the show, they would rock the chair back and forth so much that if the show was that good, it would actually break the legs.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So they would say, That's why they would say break a leg.
Yeah, make sure the show
The
is so good that the chairs
would
break a leg. That's so funny.
Yeah, that's what it means.
Oh,
break
wow.
a leg. Right. But
That's
we never
wild.
say good luck. And if you remember in the producers,
I
he
know
kept
that
saying,
song
he said good
backwards
luck,
and
good luck,
forwards.
good luck. Right.
I broke my leg.
Yes, but break a leg. Right. We never say good luck, so we'll be saying that. So it's exciting. And I know you're in tech now.
Yes.
What time do you have rehearsals today?
In 25 minutes.
Okay, so you have 25 minutes, so we're going to be wrapping up here. So again, I just want to point out, Titanic, you can still get tickets. And, as big as the Palladium is, not all the seats are available because the back of the theater where there would be seats is where the chorale and the symphony are, so those aren't. And so there are seats available. I want you to know that. But I want you to go to atistage.org or call this number. There's still great seats available. Remember, we are ATI, we're Broadway in your backyard. We're a non-for-profit theater, equity theater. We bring you the best of the best that are out there. Bring you from Chicago. Michael's coming from New York, although he was born and bred. Mom lives right up here, just a little on the border of Carmel. We have so much talent here, and it's right here in your backyard. So you have the opportunity to see this amazing show, but it's only this weekend, and that will end this season. But we also have an incredible season. So for those of you that are season ticket holders, you can get your season tickets. I already have mine, but for next year, just a little teaser. I've been telling you, our next season's coming up. We have some amazing shows. We're going to start it off with Beehive, all-female cast, great music. You're just going to absolutely love it. I'll be talking about it over the coming months. Then we're doing Young Frankenstein, which you did that.
Yes, I did.
What was the role you played?
I was Inga.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Another great role was on Broadway and the West End. In fact, I just let them know it's coming back to the West End.
Oh.
Yep, it's coming back to the West End.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yep. So an incredible show. We're doing it around Halloween, so we're going to be doing all kinds of fun things. And as I said, we're doing Lucky Stiff, a fun musical. I'm going to be in it, coming out of theater retirement, and I'll play the Stiff. And our last but not least show, we're doing Sunset Boulevard. And that just won the Tony last Sunday. In fact, it is an incredible show. So we're going to give you the version that you would have seen like with Glenn Close, but kind of a modified version. It's going to be incredible. So that would be fun. I could see you as Betty.
Oh,
I could see you'd be a good Betty.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think you're a little young for Norma.
Just a little bit.
Though this new version, I have to tell you, her playing Nicole, I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
That Nicole, that Norma is definitely be like, wait, she's not old, but it was an incredible. So we are bringing you such high quality theater right here in Carmel. Well, I have to say, this has been so much fun.
Thank you so much for having me. This was lovely.
Yeah, it was lovely, and thank you so much. Like I said, I will see you. I'll be there Friday night, bringing a lot of people, and we're excited. Thank you so much for being here, being part. I'm so excited to see you play both roles, being Kate, the sewing mistress that wants to make it to America, leaving her Irish roots in the potato famine, and then that young lady who, to escape the scandalous thing, married to the richest man in the world, but survived. And her prodigy, her son, I think it was she had a boy or a girl? Yeah, a boy who became extremely wealthy.
Yep.
So you were well taken care of.
Yes, I was.
When you lived on.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she was also a very giving
Yes,
person.
she was.
She gave to a lot of charities. She was very philanthropical.
She took what happened to her, that tragedy, and turned it into something.
Yes.
So, although the Titanic was a sinking ship, the people that survived did something. It's a beautiful musical. The music is incredible, and you're going to have a wonderful experience. So thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you Friday night. Break a leg.
Thank you.
And enjoy the rest of this tech rehearsal.
I will.
Now that I know you were in that big space,
Yeah.
it was fun, but nothing like
No.
being in that. So with that, thank you all for being here at lunch break. Again, I am Sam Arce with ATI on the board, also known as Broadway Sam, and thank you to Isabella Andrews. And we are out for this week. See you next time. Have a great day. God bless you.
Bye.
And see you hopefully at the Titanic Friday or Saturday.